After making the episode looking into the Rolling Stone seed oils article a couple of weeks ago, it dawned on me that there are a lot of details regarding omega-6s or seed oils that I didn't bring up. To be fair, I was trying to make a quick 5-minute video about why the article is ridiculous and trying to hit political hot buttons for clicks while dismissing a health issue that, while you can find dozens of articles showing that omega-6 oil consumption in the diet is healthy, according to Harvard, it remains controversial. Despite the dozens of articles, there are still so many people with chronic health conditions that see improvements after limiting the amount of seed oils in their diet. Not only that though, like 10 years ago, there were a couple of articles in Time magazine that reviewed the idea that saturated fat is the cause of heart disease. These were written in the wake of cardiologists and scientists reinvestigating the belief that saturated fat causes heart disease. These articles are all out there, along with the articles in scientific journals that sparked them. It seems the issue of seed oils really isn't as clear-cut as any website or influencer might make it seem. Aside from the debate about omega-6 to omega-3 ratio, there are some huge glaring problems with seed oils. Namely, the fact that the plants that they're made from are sprayed with Roundup, the weed killer made infamous by Bayer Monsanto's $10 billion cancer settlements, made with GMO seeds, and extracted using a mix of high heat, which oxidizes the oil, and a hexane wash. Hexane is a petrochemical used in glues and degreasers in addition to being used to extract oil from seeds such as canola oil from the rapeseed plant and soybean oil from soybeans. Modern gasoline also contains about 3% hexane. I'm sure most of the hexane doesn't make it to your dinner table, I hope, but it could be 100% avoided if you get your necessary intake of omega-6s, however little that may be, from somewhere else. The final step after the oil is extracted from rapeseeds or soybeans is to put it into a plastic bottle where endocrine-disrupting plasticizers from the bottles leach into the oil as the oil sits and further oxidizes on the store shelf, or on your kitchen shelf, or even more so if it's exposed to sunlight. And that's all before the oil is oxidized again when you put it in a frying pan to sear your vegetables or fry your eggs. Critics of seed oils point out that studies that show no harm or even benefits from increased omega-6 consumption don't feed the participants oxidized omega-6s. I haven't found a rebuttal for this from omega-6 promoters, so if you find one, please share it in the comments below. Reflecting on the Rolling Stone article, but also this article titled Scientists Debunk Claims of Seed Oil Health Risks from the Harvard T.H. Chan School of Public Health, both articles tell us that processed or packaged foods contain a high concentration of omega-6s. The Harvard article attributes negative health effects of packaged foods to highly refined carbohydrates, sodium, and sugar. And although the message of both articles is to avoid processed food, I don't understand the general scientific and medical denial that seed oils are highly processed foods. Some might call them ultra-processed, because they are. If they're not denying it, then they're at the very least actively ignoring this fact. The Harvard article is sort of backhandedly acknowledging that processed seed oils might not be great by saying, in addition, experts said that there is no reason to cut back on whole foods containing omega-6, the type of polyunsaturated fat dominant in seed oils, such as nuts and seeds. Whole foods. If you look up the extraction process of seed oils, can you honestly relate that to whole foods? If you haven't already, just search canola oil, how it's made, on YouTube, and you can watch the extraction process from start to finish. Critics also point out that humans can't even eat rape seeds, which is where canola oil comes from. Now, I'm just a consumer, but I see a problem comparing something like a walnut to a bottle of canola oil. And oils and walnuts also oxidize crazy fast. It'd be interesting to see some more studies on how frequent consumption of oxidized fats of any sort affect our health and longevity. With all of this out of the way, the purpose of this video isn't to persuade you to stop eating seed oils completely or to eat them to your heart's content. The purpose of this video is honestly to continue the conversation. Putting foods, food ingredients, endocrine disruptors, heavy metals, etc. out there and in the public's attention is really the only way to push for more research to be done. Not only that, it's perfectly okay to be in the middle with this sort of stuff. Most of the articles and videos I've come across are trying to convince you to join their team. It's either seed oils are completely toxic, or seed oils are actually beneficial for your health. It's really okay to be in between. In fact, it's probably better not to choose a team because you'll be able to assess the information from both sides to make whatever choice is best for you and your lifestyle. Coincidentally, after writing this, I came across a clip from a lecture by Dr. Chris Kenobi about how seed oils are made.
This is another vegetable oil refinery. And you may not realize it, but vegetable oils require an intense mechanical heat and chemical process to produce them. In fact, the seeds that go through these are crushed, heated, pressed, run through a hydraulic press under high temperature and pressure, then treated to a petroleum-derived hexane solvent bath, steamed, degummed, chemically alkalinized, chemically bleached, and chemically deodorized before they're ready to go into the bottle. So they're highly oxidized and dangerous when they hit the bottle typically, but if they are not, they will oxidize further when you heat them, when you cook with them, and when you metabolize them. So you'll end up with toxic aldehydes, advanced lipid oxidation end products with these.
So, when all is said and done, let's take a look at all the information and make a judgment call for our own personal situation. If you enjoyed this video, please like, subscribe, and leave a comment below to continue the conversation. We're all learning here, so any information is welcome. Thank you so much for watching. Take care.